What if, in just a few decades, humanity could call not one, but two planets home? Mars, the red, dusty world next door, has long captured our imagination, but the idea of living there is no longer just science fiction. By the year 2050, we could see the first human colonies taking root on its barren surface, marking the beginning of a new era for our species. But what would it really take to make Mars our second home? Could we overcome the staggering challenges of radiation, extreme temperatures, and the lack of breathable air? And is 2050 a realistic timeline or just an ambitious dream? In this video, we'll dive deep into the science, technology, and vision required to turn this bold idea into reality. From the cutting-edge innovations that could sustain life on Mars to the audacious plans of space agencies and private companies, we'll explore how humanity might achieve one of its greatest ambitions, becoming a multi-planet species. So, let's embark on this journey together, because the future of humanity might just depend on it. Mars has always been more than just a dot in the night sky. It's been a symbol of possibility. For centuries, this red planet has fascinated humanity, from ancient astronomers who named it after the god of war to modern storytellers who have imagined it as a frontier for adventure. Think about it. Mars has appeared in countless books, movies, and dreams, often portrayed as a place where humanity could start anew, but it's not just fiction driving this interest. Science has played a huge role too. When early telescopes revealed Mars' surface with its polar ice caps and dark patches that some thought were canals, the idea of life, or even a future home, on Mars took root in our collective imagination. Fast forward to the 20th century, and our fascination turned into action. The first Mars rover missions, like Sojourner in 1997, gave us an up-close look at the planet's rocky terrain, proving that we could explore it remotely. Then came the more advanced rovers Spirit, Opportunity, and Curiosity, each one revealing more about Mars' history, climate, and potential for supporting life. These missions weren't just scientific milestones, they were stepping stones toward a bigger vision, and that vision has only grown bolder. Take Elon Musk and SpaceX, for example. Musk's ambitious goal of establishing a self-sustaining city on Mars by the mid-21st century has pushed the conversation from if to when. His plans for Starship, a fully reusable spacecraft designed to carry humans to Mars, have brought us closer than ever to making interplanetary living a reality. But why Mars? Why not the Moon, Venus, or another planet? The answer lies in Mars' unique combination of features. It has a day length similar to Earth's, a thin atmosphere that offers some protection, and evidence of water ice, a critical resource for survival. Still, the dream of colonizing Mars isn't just about finding another place to live. It's about ensuring the survival of our species, pushing the boundaries of human ingenuity, and exploring what's possible. But turning this dream into reality will require more than just imagination. It'll take groundbreaking technology, unwavering determination, and a willingness to tackle challenges that once seemed insurmountable. So, as we look to the future, the question isn't just can we colonize Mars, it's how, and that's where the real adventure begins. So, why Mars? Out of all the planets and moons in our solar system, why has this rusty red world become the focus of humanity's interplanetary ambitions? The answer lies in a combination of factors that, when taken together, make Mars the most promising candidate for colonization. Let's break it down. First, there's the issue of proximity. Mars is our next-door neighbor in the cosmic sense, sitting an average of 225 million kilometers away from Earth. While that may sound like an enormous distance, it's relatively close compared to other potential destinations. A trip to Mars takes roughly 7 to 9 months with current technology, a challenging journey, but one that's within our reach. Compare that to a voyage to Saturn's moon Titan, which would take years, and Mars starts to look like a much more practical option. Then there's the presence of water ice. Water is essential for life as we know it, and Mars has plenty of it, locked away in its polar ice caps and possibly beneath its surface. This ice could be harvested and converted into drinking water, breathable oxygen, and even rocket fuel, making Mars not just a destination but a potential resource hub for further exploration. Another key factor is Mars' environment. While it's far from a paradise, it's one of the most Earth-like places in our solar system. A day on Mars, known as a sol, lasts about 24.5 hours, almost identical to an Earth day. This similarity could make it easier for colonists to adapt to life on the red planet. Mars also has a thin atmosphere, composed mostly of carbon dioxide, which, while not breathable, offers some protection from solar radiation and micrometeorites. And let's not forget about gravity. Mars has about 38% of Earth's gravity, enough to keep humans grounded and potentially reduce the health risks associated with long-term exposure to microgravity, like muscle atrophy and bone loss. But here's the thing, while Mars has these advantages, it's still an incredibly harsh environment. The average temperature hovers around -60 degrees Celsius, and the lack of a robust magnetic field means radiation levels are much higher than on Earth. The thin atmosphere offers little insulation, and dust storms can blanket the planet for months. These challenges are significant, but they're not insurmountable. In fact, they're the very obstacles that drive innovation, pushing us to develop new technologies and solutions that could not only make Mars habitable, but also improve life here on Earth. So, as we consider the scientific case for colonizing Mars, it's clear that this planet offers a unique blend of opportunity and challenge. It's close enough to reach, has the resources we need, and shares enough similarities with Earth to make the idea of living there more than just a fantasy. But before we can call Mars home, there's a lot of work to be done. And that's where the real story begins, figuring out how to overcome the hurdles that stand between us and a multi-planet future. As we shift our focus to the realities of colonizing Mars, it's impossible to ignore the daunting challenges that stand in our way. While the red planet offers incredible opportunities, it's also one of the most hostile environments humans have ever attempted to inhabit. Let's start with the most obvious hurdle, the extreme temperatures. Mars is bitterly cold, with average surface temperatures plunging to around -60 degrees Celsius. That's colder than the coldest places on Earth, like Antarctica, and it's a temperature range that would require advanced heating systems and insulated habitats just to keep colonists alive. But the cold is just the beginning. Mars lacks a thick atmosphere like Earth's, which means there's no natural shield against harmful solar radiation. On Earth, our atmosphere and magnetic field protect us from the sun's most dangerous rays, but on Mars, colonists would be exposed to radiation levels that could increase the risk of cancer, damage DNA, and even impair cognitive function over time. This isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a life-threatening problem that would need to be addressed before anyone could set foot on the planet. And then there's the issue of breathable air. Mars' atmosphere is composed almost entirely of carbon dioxide, with less than 1% oxygen. Without a way to produce oxygen on site, colonists would be completely dependent on Earth for their air supply, which is neither practical nor sustainable. Imagine trying to survive in an environment where stepping outside without a spacesuit would mean instant suffocation. It's a stark reminder of how inhospitable Mars truly is. But the challenges aren't just physical. Living on Mars would take a toll on the human mind and body in ways we're only beginning to understand. The psychological effects of isolation, for example, could be profound. Colonists would be millions of kilometers away from Earth, cut off from family, friends, and the familiar comforts of home. The psychological strain of living in such a confined, alien environment could lead to anxiety, depression, and even conflict among crew members. On top of that, there's the physiological impact of reduced gravity. Mars has about 1/3 the gravity of Earth, which might sound like a fun novelty at first, but long-term exposure could lead to muscle atrophy, bone density loss, and other health complications. Without regular exercise and medical intervention, colonists could face serious health risks that might make returning to Earth difficult or even impossible. And let's not forget the logistical challenges. Transporting the necessary supplies to Mars would be a monumental task. Everything from food and water to construction, materials, and medical equipment would need to be shipped across millions of kilometers of space. Building infrastructure like habitats, power systems, and communication networks would require not just advanced robotics, but also a level of precision and reliability that's never been attempted before. Yet, despite these obstacles, there's reason for hope. Technology is advancing at an unprecedented pace, and many of these challenges could be overcome with innovative solutions. For instance, scientists are already exploring ways to create breathable oxygen from Mars' carbon dioxide atmosphere using a process called MOXIE, which stands for Mars Oxygen In Situ Resource Utilization Experiment. This technology, tested successfully by NASA Perseverance rover, could pave the way for sustainable oxygen production on the Red Planet. Similarly, radiation shielding could be achieved by building habitats underground or using Martian soil, known as regolith, to create protective barriers. And when it comes to psychological well-being, virtual reality and advanced communication systems could help colonists stay connected to Earth, reducing feelings of isolation. The road to Mars colonization is undoubtedly steep, but it's not impassable. Each challenge we face is an opportunity to push the boundaries of human ingenuity and creativity. And as we tackle these obstacles, we're not just preparing for life on Mars, we're unlocking new technologies and knowledge that could transform life here on Earth. So, while the journey ahead is difficult, the rewards could be nothing short of extraordinary. So, how do we bridge the gap between the challenges of Mars and the dream of colonization? The answer lies in technology specifically, the kind of groundbreaking innovation that transforms science fiction into reality. To make Mars habitable, we'll need to rethink everything from how we travel through space to how we survive on the planet's surface. Let's start with one of the most critical pieces of the puzzle: advanced propulsion systems. Right now, getting to Mars takes months, which isn't just a logistical headache, it's a risk. The longer the journey, the more exposure astronauts have to radiation, and the greater the strain on their physical and mental health. But what if we could cut that travel time in half, or even more? That's where next-generation propulsion comes in. Technologies like nuclear thermal propulsion and ion drives are being developed to make faster, more efficient trips to Mars possible. These systems could reduce travel time to just a few weeks, opening the door to more frequent missions and safer journeys for astronauts. Once we arrive, the challenges don't stop. Surviving on Mars will require life support technologies that are far beyond anything we've used on the International Space Station. Think about it. Every breath of air, every drop of water, and every calorie of food will need to be carefully managed in an environment where nothing can be taken for granted. Engineers are already working on closed-loop life support systems that recycle air, water, and waste, creating a self-sustaining ecosystem for colonists. These systems are essential not just for survival, but for reducing our reliance on Earth for resupply missions. Energy is another critical piece of the puzzle. Mars receives only about half the sunlight Earth does, making solar power less efficient. But that doesn't mean it's off the table. Advanced solar panels, paired with energy storage solutions like high-capacity batteries, could provide a steady power supply. And then there's the potential for nuclear energy. Small modular reactors, designed to be safe and portable, could offer a reliable source of electricity, even during the planet's infamous dust storms. But perhaps one of the most exciting developments is the use of 3D printing. Imagine landing on Mars with little more than a printer and some raw materials, and being able to build habitats, tools, and even spare parts on demand. 3D printing technology is already being tested for this purpose, with projects like NASA, a 3D printed habitat challenge exploring how we can use Martian soil or regolith to construct durable structures. This approach not only reduces the need to transport heavy materials from Earth, but also allows for rapid, on-site construction, a game changer for establishing a foothold on the planet. And speaking of resources, in situ resource utilization, or ISRU, is key to making Mars colonization sustainable. Instead of hauling everything we need from Earth, we can tap into the planet's own resources. Water ice can be harvested for drinking and oxygen production, while carbon dioxide from the atmosphere can be converted into fuel. ISRU not only lowers costs, but also makes long-term colonization feasible, turning Mars from a distant outpost into a self-sufficient colony. Of course, none of this happens in a vacuum. Space agencies like NASA and ESA, along with private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin, are driving these innovations forward. Each brings unique strengths to the table. NASA, decades of expertise in space exploration, SpaceX's bold vision for interplanetary travel, and the growing collaboration between public and private sectors. Together, they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible, turning the dream of Mars colonization into a tangible goal. The road ahead is filled with challenges, but it's also brimming with opportunity. Every technological breakthrough brings us one step closer to making Mars a second home for humanity. And as we solve these problems, we're not just preparing for life on Mars. We're unlocking new possibilities for life here on Earth. The journey to Mars is as much about innovation as it is about exploration, and that's what makes it so exciting. When it comes to turning the dream of Mars colonization into reality, NASA has been a driving force for decades. The agency's vision for the Red Planet is both ambitious and methodical, combining cutting-edge science with a step-by-step approach that ensures each mission builds on the last. At the heart of this strategy is the Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the Moon by the mid-2020s. But why the Moon first? It's not just a nostalgic nod to the Apollo era, it's a critical testing ground for the technologies and systems we'll need for Mars. The Moon provides a relatively close and accessible environment to practice living and working on another world. From testing life support systems to refining landing techniques, Artemis is essentially a dress rehearsal for the challenges of Mars. By establishing a sustainable presence on the Moon, NASA can work out the kinks in everything from habitat construction to resource utilization, ensuring that when we do set our sights on Mars, we're as prepared as possible. But NASA plans for Mars go far beyond the Moon. The agency has set its sights on sending humans to the Red Planet as early as the 2030s, with the ultimate goal of establishing a sustainable presence. This isn't just about planting a flag and taking a few photos. It's about creating a long-term foothold where humans can live, work, and thrive. To make this happen, NASA is focusing on a series of key missions that lay the groundwork for future colonization. One of the most crucial of these is the Mars Sample Return Mission, a collaborative effort with the European Space Agency. This mission aims to collect and return rock and soil samples from Mars to Earth, giving scientists an unprecedented opportunity to study the planet's geology and potential for past or present life. But it's not just about science. These samples could also help us identify the best locations for future habitats and resource extraction, making the mission a cornerstone of Mars exploration. NASA's approach to Mars is deeply rooted in collaboration and innovation. The agency is working with international partners, private companies, and academic institutions to pool resources and expertise. This collaborative spirit is essential for tackling the immense challenges of interplanetary travel and colonization. At the same time, NASA is investing in new technologies, from advanced propulsion systems to next-generation spacesuits that will make Mars missions safer and more efficient. But how does NASA's vision compare to that of private companies like SpaceX? While NASA's approach is methodical and science-driven, companies like SpaceX are known for their bold, fast-paced strategies. Elon Musk's goal of building a self-sustaining city on Mars by the mid-21st century is undoubtedly ambitious, and it's pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Where NASA focuses on incremental progress and rigorous testing, SpaceX is willing to take bigger risks in pursuit of rapid innovation. This contrast isn't a competition, it's a complement. NASA's cautious, deliberate approach ensures that every step is thoroughly vetted, while private companies bring a sense of urgency and entrepreneurial spirit that accelerates progress. Together, these two forces are driving humanity closer to the goal of becoming a multi-planet species. As we look to the future, it's clear that NASA's vision for Mars is more than just a series of missions. It's a blueprint for humanity's next great adventure. By combining science, technology, and collaboration, the agency is laying the foundation for a future where Mars is not just a destination, but a second home. And as we take these first steps, we're reminded that the journey to Mars isn't just about reaching another planet. It's about pushing the boundaries of what it means to be human. SpaceX and Elon Musk have become synonymous with the boldest visions of Mars colonization. While NASA's approach is rooted in careful planning and collaboration, Musk's vision is nothing short of revolutionary. He's not just talking about sending a handful of astronauts to Mars, he's aiming to establish a thriving, self-sustaining city on the Red Planet by the mid-21st century. It's an audacious goal, but one that Musk believes is not only possible but necessary for the survival of humanity. At the heart of this vision is SpaceX's Starship, a fully reusable spacecraft designed to carry up to 100 people and significant amounts of cargo to Mars. Unlike anything we've seen before, Starship represents a leap forward in space travel technology. Its massive size and capacity make it a game changer, capable of transporting the materials and infrastructure needed to build a sustainable colony. But what really sets Starship apart is its reusability. Traditional rockets are used once and discarded, making space travel prohibitively expensive. Starship, on the other hand, is designed to be flown repeatedly, dramatically reducing costs and opening the door to more frequent missions. Musk's timeline is ambitious, to say the least. He's targeting the 2030s for the first crewed missions to Mars, with the ultimate goal of establishing a self-sustaining city by 2050. To put that into perspective, we're talking about going from zero to a fully functional Martian colony in just a few decades. It's a timeline that has sparked both excitement and skepticism. Can it really be done? The answer lies in SpaceX's relentless pace of innovation. The company has already achieved remarkable milestones, from landing and reusing rocket boosters to launching the most powerful rocket in history. Each success brings us closer to the dream of interplanetary travel, but the road ahead is still fraught with challenges. Building a city on Mars will require more than just advanced spacecraft. It will demand breakthroughs in life support systems, energy production, and resource utilization. Musk's vision extends beyond just surviving on Mars. He envisions a thriving city where humans can live, work, and even raise families. This isn't just about creating a backup plan for humanity. It's about expanding our horizons and exploring what's possible. Musk believes that becoming a multi-planet species is essential for our long-term survival, and he's willing to take the risks necessary to make it happen. Critics argue that Musk's timeline is overly optimistic, pointing to the immense technical, logistical, and financial hurdles that still need to be overcome. And they're not wrong. Colonizing Mars is an enormous undertaking that will require unprecedented levels of cooperation and innovation. But Musk's track record suggests that underestimating him might be a mistake. SpaceX has repeatedly defied expectations, achieving feats that were once thought impossible. As we consider the feasibility of Musk's timeline, it's worth noting that timelines in space exploration are often fluid. Delays and setbacks are part of the process, and even if SpaceX doesn't meet its ambitious targets, the progress made along the way could still bring us closer to Mars than ever before. Whether or not Musk's vision becomes a reality by 2050, one thing is certain: his bold approach is pushing the boundaries of what's possible and inspiring a new generation to dream big. So, as we look to the future, the question isn't just whether SpaceX can achieve its goals, it's how their efforts will shape the broader mission of Mars colonization. With every test flight, every innovation, and every milestone, SpaceX is redefining what it means to explore the cosmos, and in doing so, they're reminding us that the journey to Mars isn't just about reaching another planet. It's about reimagining the future of humanity. The year 2050 looms large in the minds of Mars enthusiasts, but is it a realistic target for colonization, or an overly optimistic dream? To answer that, we need to weigh the staggering advancements we've made against the monumental challenges still ahead. On one hand, the pace of technological innovation has been breathtaking. From reusable rockets to breakthroughs in life support systems, we're closer than ever to making Mars a viable destination. Yet, the road to colonization is paved with hurdles, some technical, some financial, and some deeply rooted in the complexities of human collaboration. Let's start with technology. While we've made incredible strides, many of the systems needed for Mars colonization are still in development. For example, while SpaceX's Starship has shown promise, it hasn't yet been tested on the scale required for interplanetary missions. Similarly, life support technologies like MOXIE have proven effective in small-scale demonstrations, but scaling them up to sustain an entire colony presents a whole new set of challenges. And then there's the issue of radiation shielding, a problem that, while solvable, still lacks a definitive, large-scale solution. These aren't insurmountable obstacles, but they're significant enough to potentially delay timelines. Financially, the cost of colonizing Mars is staggering. Estimates suggest that establishing a self-sustaining colony could require trillions of dollars, a price tag that no single nation or company can shoulder alone. This raises a critical question: who will fund this endeavor? While private companies like SpaceX are leading the charge, their resources are finite, and their investors may balk at the immense risks involved. Governments, on the other hand, face competing priorities and budgetary constraints. Without a coordinated, international effort, the financial burden could slow progress to a crawl. And then there's the political landscape. Space exploration has always been as much about geopolitics as it is about science. The Cold War space race of the 20th century was driven by national pride and competition, but Mars colonization will require a different approach, one rooted in collaboration. International partnerships will be essential, not just for sharing costs, but also for pooling expertise and resources. Yet, history shows that global cooperation on this scale is easier said than done. Competing interests, diplomatic tensions, and shifting priorities could all create roadblocks. Even if we overcome these challenges, delays and setbacks are inevitable. Space exploration is inherently unpredictable, and every mission carries risks. A single failed launch, a technical malfunction, or an unforeseen issue on Mars itself could push timelines back by years. And let's not forget the human factor. The psychological and physiological toll of long-term space travel and living on Mars could lead to unexpected complications, requiring further research and adaptation. But perhaps the most overlooked aspect of the 2050 timeline is the ethical dimension. Colonizing Mars isn't just a technical challenge, it's a moral one. Who gets to go? How do we ensure equitable access to this new frontier? And what happens if we discover microbial life on Mars? These are questions that don't have easy answers, but they're critical to addressing before we take the next giant leap. So, is 2050 a realistic goal? It's possible, but only if everything goes right. And that's a big if. The timeline is ambitious, but it's not impossible. What's clear is that achieving this vision will require more than just technological breakthroughs. It will demand unprecedented levels of collaboration, funding, and ethical consideration. And while the path ahead is fraught with challenges, it's also filled with opportunity, not just for reaching Mars, but for redefining what humanity is capable of. As we dream of planting our flag on Mars, it's crucial to pause and ask, what are the ethical implications of colonizing another planet? This isn't just a question about technology or logistics. It's about the values and responsibilities that come with expanding humanity's presence beyond Earth. One of the most pressing ethical concerns is the potential impact on any existing Martian life. While we haven't yet discovered definitive proof of life on Mars, the possibility remains. If microbial life exists or once existed on the red planet, how do we ensure that our presence doesn't harm or destroy it? This is where the principle of planetary protection comes into play. Planetary protection is a set of guidelines designed to prevent contamination of other worlds with Earth-based organisms and to protect Earth from potential extraterrestrial life. Essentially, it's about respecting Mars as more than just a resource. It's about recognizing it as a world with its own story, one that we have a moral obligation to preserve. But the ethical questions don't stop there. If we do establish a colony on Mars, who gets to go? Will access to this new frontier be limited to the wealthy, the elite, or those with specific skills? Or will it be a shared endeavor, open to people from all walks of life? The idea of equity in space exploration is a complex one. Historically, space travel has been dominated by governments and a handful of private companies, raising concerns about who benefits from the fruits of interplanetary exploration. Ensuring that Mars colonization is inclusive and fair will require careful consideration, and perhaps even new frameworks for governance and resource sharing. Then there's the question of what life on Mars would mean for those who choose to go. Colonists would be leaving behind everything familiar, trading the comforts of Earth for the harsh realities of a new world. What rights and protections should they have? Should Martian settlers be considered citizens of Earth, or will they eventually form their own independent society? These aren't just philosophical musings, they're practical considerations that will shape the future of human life on Mars. And let's not forget the economic motivations driving Mars colonization. While the dream of exploring new frontiers is undeniably inspiring, the reality is that much of the push to colonize Mars is fueled by economic interests. Private companies like SpaceX see Mars as a potential market, while governments view it as a strategic asset. But how do we balance these economic incentives with the ethical responsibilities of exploring and settling a new world? The pursuit of profit must be tempered by a commitment to sustainability, equity, and respect for the planet we're trying to call home. As we navigate these ethical dilemmas, one thing is clear: colonizing Mars isn't just a technical challenge, it's a moral one. It's an opportunity to redefine what it means to be a responsible, forward-thinking species. By addressing these questions head-on, we can ensure that our journey to Mars is not just a triumph of human ingenuity, but also a testament to our values. And in doing so, we can set a precedent for how humanity approaches the next great frontier, whatever and wherever that may be. Colonizing Mars isn't just a scientific and engineering challenge, it's also a financial one. The price tag for such an ambitious endeavor is staggering, with estimates ranging from hundreds of billions to trillions of dollars. To put that into perspective, NASA's Apollo program, which landed humans on the moon, cost around $250 billion in today's money. Mars, being far more distant and complex, will require even greater investment. So, where will this money come from? The answer lies in a mix of funding sources, each playing a critical role. Governments, for one, have historically been the primary drivers of space exploration. Agencies like NASA, the European Space Agency, and others are already investing in Mars missions, from robotic rovers to advanced propulsion systems. These efforts are often funded through taxpayer dollars and national budgets, but the scale of Mars colonization will require more than just government funding. Enter private investment. Companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and others are pouring billions into developing the technologies needed for interplanetary travel. Elon Musk, for instance, has stated that SpaceX's ultimate goal is to make Mars colonization affordable enough that individuals could fund their own trips, much like buying a house. But private companies aren't in it just for the dream, there's also the potential for profit. Mars could open up entirely new industries, from space tourism to resource extraction. Imagine a future where Martian minerals are mined and shipped back to Earth, or where research conducted on Mars leads to breakthroughs in medicine, energy, and materials science. These innovations could create economic opportunities that far outweigh the initial costs. International collaboration will also be key. No single nation or company can shoulder the financial burden alone, so partnerships will be essential. The International Space Station is a prime example of what can be achieved when countries work together, and a similar model could be applied to Mars. By pooling resources and expertise, nations can share the costs and risks, making the mission more feasible for everyone involved. Of course, there's also the question of how Mars colonization could benefit economies back on Earth. The technologies developed for Mars, like advanced life support systems, sustainable energy solutions, and 3D printing, could have far-reaching applications here at home. These spin-offs could drive economic growth, create jobs, and improve quality of life in ways we can't yet fully predict. As we consider the economics of Mars colonization, one thing becomes clear: this isn't just about money. It's about investing in a future where humanity becomes a multi-planet species, unlocking new possibilities and securing our survival. The financial challenges are immense, but so are the potential rewards. And as we work together, governments, private companies, and international partners, we're not just funding a mission to Mars, we're building a legacy for generations to come. This brings us to the critical role of international collaboration. Just as the Apollo program united nations in a shared vision of exploration, Mars colonization could bring the world together in pursuit of a common goal. By working across borders, we can turn the dream of Mars into a reality, one that benefits all of humanity. International collaboration has always been the cornerstone of humanity's greatest achievements in space, and colonizing Mars will be no exception. Unlike the space race of the 20th century, which was marked by competition between superpowers, the journey to Mars demands a unified effort. No single nation or organization has the resources, expertise, or technology to tackle this monumental challenge alone. This is where global cooperation becomes not just beneficial, but essential. Space agencies around the world are already laying the groundwork for this shared vision. The European Space Agency, or ESA, is contributing cutting-edge technologies, from advanced life support systems to precision landing systems. Russia's Roscosmos brings decades of experience in long-duration spaceflight and orbital mechanics. Meanwhile, China's CNSA is rapidly advancing its space capabilities, with ambitious plans for lunar and Mars missions that could complement international efforts. Together, these agencies represent a diverse pool of knowledge and innovation, each bringing unique strengths to the table. But collaboration isn't just about pooling resources. It's also about navigating the complex web of international treaties that govern space exploration. The Outer Space Treaty of 1967, for example, establishes that space is the province of all mankind, prohibiting any nation from claiming sovereignty over celestial bodies. While this treaty provides a framework for peaceful cooperation, it also raises important questions about how a Mars colony would be governed. Would it operate under a single international authority, or would it be a collective effort with shared responsibilities? These are questions that will need to be addressed as we move closer to making Mars a reality. The success of the International Space Station, or ISS, offers a glimpse of what's possible when nations work together. For over 2 decades, the ISS has served as a symbol of international collaboration, hosting astronauts from over 20 countries and conducting groundbreaking research in microgravity. It's a testament to what can be achieved when we set aside geopolitical differences and focus on a shared goal. The lessons learned from the ISS, both technical and diplomatic, will be invaluable as we turn our attention to Mars. Yet, a Mars colony presents challenges far beyond anything we've faced with the ISS. Unlike the ISS, which orbits just 400 kilometers above Earth, Mars is millions of kilometers away, with communication delays and logistical hurdles that make real-time coordination nearly impossible. This means that Mars colonization will require a new level of trust and cooperation, with nations and organizations working together not just in orbit, but on the surface of another planet. The potential for a Mars colony to become a truly global endeavor is immense. Imagine a future where astronauts from every corner of the world live and work together on the red planet, sharing knowledge, resources, and culture. A Mars colony could become a microcosm of humanity at its best, a place where differences are set aside in pursuit of a common vision. And as we take these first steps toward Mars, we're reminded that the journey isn't just about reaching another planet. It's about uniting as a species to achieve something greater than ourselves. So, as we look to the stars, let's not forget that the path to Mars is one we must walk together. By combining our strengths, sharing our knowledge, and embracing the spirit of collaboration, we can turn the dream of Mars colonization into a shared reality, one that benefits all of humanity. Building a sustainable Mars colony isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. To create a home on the red planet, we'll need to tackle three critical challenges: energy, food, and waste. Let's start with energy, the lifeblood of any colony. Mars receives only about half the sunlight Earth does, making solar power less efficient, but that doesn't mean it's off the table. Advanced solar panels, designed to capture as much light as possible, could be paired with high-capacity batteries to store energy during the planet's long, dark nights. And then there's nuclear power. Small modular reactors, compact and safe, could provide a reliable energy source, even during Mars' infamous dust storms that can block sunlight for weeks. The key is diversification, using a mix of energy sources to ensure the colony never runs out of power. Next up is food. Growing crops on Mars will be a far cry from farming on Earth. The thin atmosphere, lack of liquid water, and extreme temperatures mean traditional agriculture won't work. Instead, we'll need to rely on hydroponics and aeroponics systems that grow plants without soil, using nutrient-rich water or mist. These methods are already being tested on the International Space Station, and they could be scaled up for Mars. Imagine vast greenhouses filled with rows of leafy greens, root vegetables, and even fruit, all grown under carefully controlled conditions. Not only would this provide food for colonists, but it could also help recycle carbon dioxide into oxygen, creating a more breathable environment. But what about waste? On Earth, we often take waste management for granted, but on Mars, it's a matter of survival. A closed-loop life support system is essential, where waste is recycled and reused rather than discarded. This means turning human waste into fertilizer for crops, filtering and purifying wastewater for drinking, and even capturing exhaled carbon dioxide to grow plants. Technologies like these are already being developed, with NASA, a life support systems on the ISS serving as a prototype. The goal is to create a self-sustaining ecosystem where nothing goes to waste, a crucial step for long-term habitation. Of course, sustainability isn't just about technology, it's also about people. Living on Mars will push the boundaries of human endurance, both physically and mentally. The psychological and social challenges of isolation, confinement, and separation from Earth cannot be underestimated. Colonists will need to build a strong sense of community, finding ways to support one another and maintain morale in an environment that's inherently harsh and unforgiving. Virtual reality could play a role here, allowing colonists to visit Earth or connect with loved ones, while recreational spaces and shared activities could help combat feelings of loneliness and stress. As we look to the future, it's clear that building a sustainable Mars colony is about more than just survival. It's about creating a new way of life. By harnessing the power of innovation, collaboration, and human resilience, we can turn the red planet into a place where humanity not only survives but thrives. And in doing so, we'll not only secure our future among the stars, but also learn valuable lessons about sustainability that could transform life here on Earth. Living on Mars won't just test our physical limits, it will challenge the very fabric of our mental resilience. Imagine being millions of kilometers away from Earth, cut off from the sights, sounds, and connections that ground us. The isolation alone could weigh heavily on even the most seasoned astronauts. On Mars, there's no quick trip home, no bustling cities, no familiar landscapes to retreat to. Every day, colonists would face the reality of living in a confined, alien environment, where the vast emptiness of space serves as a constant reminder of how far they are from everything they've ever known. The psychological toll of such isolation is profound. Studies of astronauts on the International Space Station have shown that prolonged confinement and separation from Earth can lead to feelings of loneliness, anxiety, and even depression. On Mars, these challenges would be magnified. The lack of natural light, the monotony of the landscape, and the absence of Earth's comforting blue sky could all contribute to a sense of disconnection. Add to that the stress of living in a high-stakes environment where even small mistakes could have life-threatening consequences, and it's clear that mental health will be a critical factor in the success of any Mars colony. But how do we prepare for these challenges? One promising solution lies in virtual reality, or VR. Imagine slipping on a headset and instantly being transported to a lush forest, a bustling city street, or even your own living room on Earth. VR could offer colonists a mental escape from the harsh realities of Mars, providing a sense of normalcy and connection to the world they left behind. It could also be used for therapy, helping individuals process the emotional strain of their new environment. And for those moments when a virtual escape isn't enough, regular communication with Earth will be essential. Advances in technology could allow for near real-time video calls, enabling colonists to stay in touch with loved ones and maintain a sense of belonging to the wider human community. Beyond individual coping strategies, the social dynamics of a Martian community will play a crucial role in mental well-being. Living in close quarters with a small group of people for years, or even decades, requires a strong sense of teamwork and mutual support. Conflicts, if not managed carefully, could escalate quickly in such an isolated environment. Building a culture of open communication, empathy, and shared purpose will be key to fostering a healthy community. Activities that promote bonding, from communal meals to group problem-solving exercises, could help strengthen these social ties. At the same time, colonists will need to establish routines that provide structure and a sense of normalcy. Regular exercise, hobbies, and downtime will be just as important as the work of building and maintaining the colony. These routines can create a rhythm to life on Mars, helping individuals feel grounded and in control despite the extraordinary circumstances. The psychology of living on Mars is a reminder that colonization isn't just about surviving, it's about creating a life worth living. By addressing the mental and emotional challenges head-on, we can ensure that Mars becomes not just a place to endure, but a place to thrive. And as we explore these strategies, we're also learning more about what it means to be human, how we cope, adapt, and find meaning in the face of the unknown. This brings us to the heart of what makes a Martian community truly sustainable: its ability to function not just as a collection of individuals, but as a cohesive, resilient society. The success of a Mars colony will depend as much on the strength of its social fabric as on the robustness of its technology. And as we look to the stars, we're reminded that the journey to Mars isn't just about reaching another planet, it's about discovering what we're capable of when we come together as a species. As we envision life on Mars, one of the most intriguing questions is how a Martian society would be structured. Unlike Earth, where nations and cultures have evolved over millennia, a Mars colony would essentially start from scratch, a blank slate for humanity to redefine what it means to live together. This raises fascinating possibilities, but also significant challenges. How would governance work on a planet where the nearest help is millions of kilometers away? What laws would guide this new society, and how would they be enforced? And perhaps most importantly, how would cultural norms evolve in such an isolated and high-stakes environment? One likely model for Martian governance is a hybrid system, blending elements of democracy with technocratic oversight. Given the technical complexity of running a colony, decisions about resource allocation, infrastructure, and safety protocols would likely be made by experts in those fields. At the same time, colonists would need a voice in shaping their community, ensuring that governance remains fair and inclusive. This balance between expertise and representation could create a unique social structure, one that prioritizes both efficiency and equity. But governance is just one piece of the puzzle. A Mars colony would also need to establish its own set of laws, tailored to the unique challenges of life on another planet. For example, how would disputes be resolved in a setting where every decision could have life or death consequences? What rights would colonists have, and how would they be protected? These questions don't have easy answers, but they're essential to creating a society that's both functional and just. Cultural norms would also play a critical role in shaping life on Mars. In the absence of Earth's rich tapestry of traditions and histories, Martian culture would likely emerge as a blend of the diverse backgrounds of its colonists. This could lead to a uniquely inclusive community, one that celebrates differences while finding common ground in the shared experience of living on a new world. At the same time, maintaining social cohesion in such a small, isolated group would require deliberate effort. Activities that foster connection, from communal meals to cultural festivals, could help build a sense of unity and belonging. Of course, no discussion of Martian society would be complete without considering the role of education and innovation. A Mars colony would need to be a hub of learning, where colonists are constantly acquiring new skills and knowledge to adapt to their environment. Schools and training programs would likely focus on STEM fields, but also on creativity, problem-solving, and collaboration, skills essential for thriving in such a challenging setting. At the same time, innovation would be woven into the fabric of daily life, as colonists work together to solve problems and improve their quality of life. The potential for a Mars colony to become a model of diversity, inclusion, and innovation is immense. By rethinking how we organize society, we could create a community that's not just resilient, but also inspiring, a testament to what humanity can achieve when we come together with a shared vision. And as we look to the stars, we're reminded that the journey to Mars isn't just about reaching another planet. It's about building a future where humanity thrives, not just survives. This vision of a Martian society challenges us to think beyond the technical and logistical hurdles and to consider what kind of world we want to create. It's a reminder that the journey to Mars is as much about who we are as it is about where we're going. And in that sense, it's a journey that begins not on the launch pad, but within ourselves. Education and innovation will be the lifeblood of a thriving Mars colony. On a planet where every resource is scarce and every decision carries weight, the ability to learn, adapt, and invent will be essential. Imagine a society where curiosity is not just encouraged, but necessary for survival, a place where every colonist is both a student and a pioneer, constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible. In such an environment, education wouldn't be confined to classrooms or textbooks. It would be woven into the fabric of daily life, with hands-on learning and real-world problem solving at its core. One of the first priorities for a Mars colony would be to establish a robust educational system that prepares colonists for the unique challenges they'll face. This system would likely focus heavily on STEM fields: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, since these skills are critical for maintaining and advancing the colony's infrastructure. But it wouldn't stop there. Creativity, critical thinking, and collaboration would also be emphasized, as these skills are just as vital for solving the complex, unpredictable problems that life on Mars will inevitably present. Picture a classroom where students aren't just memorizing facts, but designing solutions to real-world challenges, like improving water recycling systems or developing new ways to grow food in Martian soil. At the same time, a Mars colony would be a hotbed of innovation. The very nature of living on another planet would force colonists to think outside the box, coming up with novel solutions to problems that don't exist on Earth. For example, how do you build a durable habitat using the limited materials available on Mars? How do you create a sustainable energy grid in an environment where sunlight is scarce and dust storms are frequent? These challenges would spark a wave of creativity, leading to breakthroughs that could transform not just life on Mars, but life on Earth as well. This spirit of innovation wouldn't be limited to technology. A Mars colony could also become a hub for scientific discovery, offering new insights into fields like astrobiology, geology, and climate science. With access to a pristine environment untouched by human activity, scientists could study the planet's history, search for signs of ancient life, and even experiment with terraforming, transforming Mars into a more Earth-like world. The knowledge gained from these efforts could deepen our understanding of our own planet and its place in the universe. But the role of a Mars colony goes beyond education and innovation. It also serves as a potential backup for humanity. In a world facing existential threats like climate change, pandemics, and the risk of asteroid impacts, establishing a self-sustaining colony on another planet could be a crucial safeguard for our species. Mars offers a chance to preserve human knowledge and culture, ensuring that even if disaster strikes Earth, our legacy endures. This dual purpose, advancing human knowledge while securing our future, makes Mars more than just a destination. It's a symbol of resilience, a testament to our ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity. And as we look to the stars, we're reminded that the journey to Mars isn't just about exploring new frontiers. It's about building a better future, one where education, innovation, and the indomitable human spirit light the way. the idea of Mars as a backup for humanity isn't just about exploration, it's about survival. Earth, for all its beauty and abundance, is vulnerable. From asteroid impacts to climate change, pandemics to nuclear threats, our planet faces risks that could jeopardize the future of our species. By establishing a self-sustaining colony on Mars, we create a safety net, a place where humanity could continue to thrive, even in the face of catastrophe on Earth. This concept, often referred to as a planetary insurance policy, raises profound questions about our responsibility as a species. If we have the ability to protect ourselves from extinction, shouldn't we take that step? Becoming a multi-planet species isn't just an ambitious goal, it's a moral imperative. It's about ensuring that the story of humanity doesn't end with Earth, but continues to unfold across the stars. But the implications go even deeper. Colonizing Mars challenges us to rethink our relationship with the universe. For millennia, we've viewed ourselves as earthbound creatures, tied to this single planet. Mars offers a chance to break free from that mindset, to see ourselves as part of something larger, a species capable of spreading life and knowledge beyond our home world. This shift in perspective could redefine how we approach not just space exploration, but also how we care for our own planet. After all, if we can learn to thrive on Mars, perhaps we can also find better ways to live sustainably on Earth. At the same time, the idea of Mars as a backup raises important ethical questions. Who gets to go? Should access to Mars be limited to a select few, or should it be a shared endeavor open to all? And what happens if we discover life on Mars? How do we balance our survival instincts with the responsibility to protect another world's ecosystem? These questions don't have easy answers, but they're essential to addressing as we move closer to making Mars a reality. Looking further ahead, the long-term future of Mars colonization could take many forms. In the near term, a Mars colony might serve as a scientific outpost, a place to study the planet and develop technologies for living in extreme environments. Over time, it could grow into a thriving community with families, schools, and industries. And in the distant future, Mars could even become a launching point for further exploration, a stepping stone to the outer reaches of our solar system and beyond. The journey to Mars isn't just about building a colony, it's about building a future. It's a chance to secure humanity's survival, expand our horizons, and redefine what it means to be a spacefaring species. And as we take these first steps, we're reminded that the story of Mars is just beginning. What happens next is up to us. Imagine stepping into the 22nd century, where Mars is no longer a distant dream, but a thriving hub of human activity. A fully established Mars colony might resemble a bustling, self-sustaining city, complete with greenhouses brimming with fresh produce, energy-efficient habitats, and even bustling marketplaces. The once barren landscape could be dotted with domed structures and underground tunnels, protecting inhabitants from the harsh environment while providing a sense of home. But this vision goes beyond mere survival. It's about transformation. One of the most ambitious ideas for Mars' long-term future is terraforming, the process of altering the planet's environment to make it more Earth-like. This could involve releasing greenhouse gases to thicken the atmosphere, raising temperatures, and eventually creating conditions where liquid water could flow. Over centuries, this might lead to the growth of plants, the formation of rivers, and even the possibility of breathable air. While it sounds like science fiction, scientists have proposed theoretical methods to achieve this, such as using giant mirrors to reflect sunlight onto the polar ice caps, or introducing microbes to produce oxygen. The goal, to turn Mars into a second Earth, a place where humans could live without the need for pressurized suits or habitats. But terraforming is just one piece of the puzzle. Artificial intelligence, or AI, could play a transformative role in shaping the future of Mars colonization. Picture AI-driven robots constructing infrastructure, managing resources, and even assisting with scientific research. These machines could operate in environments too dangerous for humans, from deep underground mines to the surface during dust storms. AI could also optimize life support systems, predict and solve problems before they arise, and even help design the next generation of Martian cities. In essence, AI wouldn't just support human life on Mars, it could accelerate the pace of innovation, making the dream of a fully terraformed planet more attainable. The potential for AI extends beyond logistics and engineering. It could also revolutionize how we interact with Mars as a society. Imagine AI systems that help colonists communicate with Earth in real time, despite the delay caused by the vast distance. Or consider AI-powered educational tools that teach the next generation of Martians about their new world while preserving the cultural heritage of Earth. These technologies could bridge the gap between two planets, creating a seamless connection between humanity's past and its future. As we look ahead to the long-term future of Mars colonization, it's clear that the journey is about more than just survival. It's about reimagining what's possible. From terraforming to AI, the tools and technologies we develop could transform Mars into a vibrant, Earth-like world, while also pushing the boundaries of human ingenuity. And as we take these steps, we're not just shaping the future of Mars, we're redefining what it means to be a species capable of thriving among the stars. As we look to the future of Mars colonization, one thing becomes clear: humans won't be doing this alone. Artificial intelligence and robotics will play a pivotal role in turning the red planet into a livable, thriving world. These technologies won't just support the efforts of colonists, they'll amplify them, tackling tasks that are too dangerous, repetitive, or complex for humans to handle alone. From constructing habitats to mining resources, AI and robotics will be the unsung heroes of the Martian frontier. Think about the sheer scale of what needs to be built on Mars. Habitats, greenhouses, power systems, and transportation networks, all of this infrastructure has to be created in an environment where every breath of air and drop of water is precious. That's where robotics comes in. Autonomous machines, equipped with advanced AI, could handle much of the heavy lifting. Picture a fleet of robotic rovers, tirelessly assembling domed habitats using materials harvested from the Martian surface. These machines could work around the clock, unaffected by the planet's harsh conditions, while human colonists focus on higher-level tasks like scientific research and community building. But it's not just about construction. Robotics will also be essential for resource extraction. Mars is rich in minerals and water ice, but accessing these resources won't be easy. Autonomous mining systems, guided by AI, could drill into the planet's crust, extract valuable materials, and even process them on site. This would reduce the need to transport supplies from Earth, making the colony more self-sufficient and sustainable. And let's not forget about scientific exploration. Robots equipped with AI-driven sensors and cameras could venture into dangerous or inaccessible areas, collecting data and sending it back to the colony for analysis. These machines could act as an extension of human curiosity, helping us unlock the secrets of Mars' geology, climate, and potential for life. The potential for AI goes beyond just physical labor. Imagine an AI system that manages the colony's life support systems, constantly monitoring oxygen levels, water supplies, and energy usage. It could predict potential issues before they become emergencies, ensuring that the colony runs smoothly and efficiently. AI could also assist with medical care, analyzing health data and providing personalized recommendations to keep colonists in peak condition. In a place where every resource is limited and every decision matters, AI could be the ultimate multitasker, keeping the colony running like a well-oiled machine. And then there's the bigger picture. The development of AI and robotics for Mars could have profound implications for life back on Earth. The technologies we create to survive on another planet could revolutionize industries here, from construction and mining to healthcare and environmental monitoring. Mars could become a testing ground for innovations that not only enable interplanetary living, but also improve life on our home planet. But perhaps the most inspiring aspect of AI and robotics in Mars colonization is what they represent: the potential for human ingenuity to overcome incredible challenges. These technologies remind us that we're not just building a colony, we're building a legacy that could inspire future generations to dream bigger, push harder, and explore further. The story of Mars isn't just about survival or science. It's about the boundless possibilities of what we can achieve when we combine human creativity with cutting-edge technology. This vision of Mars as a place where humans and machines work together to create something extraordinary challenges us to rethink what's possible. It's a reminder that the journey to Mars isn't just about reaching another planet. It's about redefining what it means to be human and what we can achieve when we dare to dream. And as we take these first steps, we're not just shaping the future of Mars, we're inspiring the next generation of explorers, inventors, and dreamers to reach for the stars. The journey to Mars isn't just about the here and now, it's about inspiring the generations to come. Imagine a child today, gazing up at the night sky, dreaming of the day they might set foot on the red planet. That spark of curiosity, that sense of wonder, is the foundation of something extraordinary. Mars colonization has the power to ignite a passion for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, the very fields that will shape the future of space exploration and beyond. For young minds, the story of Mars is more than just a tale of rockets and robots. It's a call to action. It's a reminder that the challenges we face, no matter how daunting, can be overcome with creativity, determination, and teamwork. By showcasing the incredible achievements of scientists, engineers, and explorers, we're showing the next generation that they, too, can be part of something bigger than themselves. Whether it's designing the next generation of spacecraft, developing sustainable farming techniques for Martian soil, or uncovering the secrets of the universe, the possibilities are endless. But inspiring the next generation isn't just about showcasing success, it's about making STEM accessible and engaging. Programs that bring space exploration into classrooms, hands-on workshops that let students build their own rockets, and virtual reality experiences that transport them to the surface of Mars can all play a role in sparking that initial interest. When young people see themselves as part of the story, they're more likely to pursue careers in these fields, driving innovation and discovery for decades to come. Beyond the classroom, Mars colonization has the potential to reshape our culture in profound ways. It's a story of resilience, of pushing boundaries, and of daring to dream. This narrative can influence everything from art and literature to film and music, inspiring new ways of thinking about our place in the universe. Just as the Apollo missions of the 20th century left an indelible mark on culture, The journey to Mars could redefine what it means to be human in the 21st century and beyond. The cultural impact of Mars colonization extends beyond inspiration. It's about fostering a global sense of unity. When we look at Mars, we see not just a distant world, but a shared goal. It's a reminder that, despite our differences, we're all part of the same species, striving toward a common future. This sense of shared purpose can bring people together, transcending borders and bridging divides. As we look to the stars, we're reminded that the journey to Mars is about more than just science and technology. It's about shaping the future of humanity. By inspiring the next generation and fostering a culture of exploration, we're planting the seeds for a future where the impossible becomes possible. And in doing so, we're not just reaching for Mars, we're building a legacy that will endure for generations to come. This cultural shift, this reimagining of what it means to explore and innovate, is what makes the story of Mars so powerful. It's a story that begins with curiosity, grows through collaboration, and ultimately transforms how we see ourselves and our place in the cosmos. And as we take these first steps, we're not just shaping the future of space exploration, we're shaping the future of humanity itself. The idea of colonizing Mars isn't just a scientific or technological pursuit. It's a cultural revolution waiting to happen. Think about it. Every great leap in human history has sparked new ways of thinking, creating, and expressing ourselves. From the Renaissance to the space age, exploration has always been a catalyst for art, literature, and storytelling. Mars, with its stark beauty and untapped mysteries, could become the next great muse for humanity. Picture this: artists painting Martian landscapes, their palettes filled with hues of red, ochre, and the deep blacks of space. Writers crafting tales of courage and survival, weaving narratives about the first settlers who dared to call this alien world home. Filmmakers bringing these stories to life, capturing the awe and wonder of standing on another planet. Mars has the potential to inspire a new wave of creativity, one that reimagines what it means to be human in the cosmos. But it's not just about the art we create, it's about the stories we tell. Mars could give rise to entirely new myths and legends, shaping how future generations see themselves and their place in the universe. Imagine a Martian folklore filled with tales of exploration, resilience, and discovery. These stories could become a shared cultural heritage, uniting people across Earth and Mars in a common narrative of hope and ambition. Popular culture, too, would be transformed. Mars could become a central theme in movies, TV shows, and video games, much like the Wild West or outer space itself once did. These portrayals wouldn't just entertain, they'd educate and inspire, sparking curiosity about science, engineering, and the possibilities of interplanetary life. And as these stories reach global audiences, they could foster a sense of unity, reminding us that the journey to Mars is a collective endeavor, one that transcends borders and differences. At the same time, Mars colonization could influence how we think about our broader cosmic journey. As we establish a presence on another planet, we're forced to confront big questions. What does it mean to be a spacefaring species? How do we balance exploration with responsibility? And what role do we play in the larger tapestry of the universe? These questions could shape not just our culture, but our philosophy, ethics, and even spirituality, offering new perspectives on life and our place in the cosmos. The cultural impact of Mars colonization is about more than just art or entertainment. It's about redefining what it means to be human. As we take these first steps toward the Red Planet, we're not just building colonies or launching rockets. We're crafting a new chapter in the story of humanity, one that celebrates our creativity, our resilience, and our boundless curiosity. And in doing so, we're reminding ourselves that the journey to Mars isn't just about reaching another world, it's about discovering who we are and who we can become. This cultural shift, this reimagining of our identity as a species, is what makes Mars more than just a destination. It's a symbol of our potential, a canvas for our imagination, and a beacon of hope for the future. And as we look to the stars, we're reminded that the journey to Mars is as much about the stories we tell as it is about the science we pursue. It's a journey that begins not on the launch pad, but in the hearts and minds of people everywhere. A journey that could transform not just how we see Mars, but how we see ourselves. Mars colonization isn't just about reaching the red planet. It's about taking the first step on a much grander cosmic journey. Think of Mars as a stepping stone, a proving ground where we can test the technologies, systems, and resilience needed to explore the far reaches of our solar system and beyond. This isn't just a mission to another planet. It's the beginning of humanity's transformation into a spacefaring civilization. One of the most exciting possibilities is how Mars could serve as a launching point for deeper space exploration. The planet's lower gravity, compared to Earth's, makes it an ideal location for constructing and launching spacecraft. Imagine a future where Mars becomes a bustling spaceport, where rockets bound for the outer solar system, or even other star systems, are built and launched with greater efficiency. This could drastically reduce the cost and complexity of interstellar travel, opening up new frontiers for exploration. But Mars isn't just a logistical advantage, it's also a strategic one. The resources we uncover and develop on Mars could fuel missions to distant worlds. Water ice, for example, can be split into hydrogen and oxygen, the key components of rocket fuel. By producing fuel on Mars, we could create a refueling station in space, enabling longer and more ambitious missions. This concept, known as in situ resource utilization, could turn Mars into a cosmic pit stop, a place where humanity resupplies and prepares for the next leap into the unknown. Beyond our solar system, Mars could play a pivotal role in interstellar travel. While the distances to other stars are immense, the lessons learned from colonizing Mars, how to sustain life in harsh environments, how to build self-sufficient communities, and how to thrive far from Earth could be invaluable. Mars could serve as a blueprint for future colonies on distant exoplanets, showing us how to adapt and survive in environments that are vastly different from our own. At the same time, the journey to Mars challenges us to think bigger. It forces us to confront questions about our place in the universe and our responsibility as explorers. What does it mean to carry life beyond Earth? How do we ensure that our presence in space is ethical and sustainable? These questions don't just apply to Mars, they're central to our broader cosmic journey. By addressing them now, we're laying the groundwork for a future where humanity thrives among the stars. Mars is more than just a destination, it's a catalyst. It's a place where we can test the limits of human ingenuity, push the boundaries of what's possible, and prepare for the next great leap. Whether it's as a spaceport, a resource hub, or a model for interstellar colonies, Mars has the potential to redefine how we explore the universe. And as we take these first steps, we're not just reaching for the red planet, we're reaching for the stars. This vision of Mars as a launching point for humanity's cosmic journey reminds us that the story of space exploration is still being written. Every mission, every discovery, and every challenge we overcome on Mars brings us closer to a future where the stars are within our grasp. And in that future, Mars won't just be a colony, it'll be a beacon, guiding us toward the infinite possibilities that lie beyond. As we set our sights on Mars, it's worth asking, could this red, dusty world become more than just a second home? Could it serve as a launch pad for humanity's greatest adventure, yet the journey to the stars? The concept of Mars as a gateway to interstellar exploration isn't just science fiction. It's a tangible vision that could redefine our place in the cosmos. The idea hinges on Mars' unique position in our solar system. With its lower gravity and proximity to the asteroid belt, Mars offers a strategic advantage for building and launching spacecraft. Imagine a future where massive starships are constructed in Martian orbit, free from the constraints of Earth's gravity well. These ships could carry explorers to distant star systems, fueled by resources harvested from Mars itself, like water ice converted into hydrogen and oxygen, the building blocks of rocket fuel. This concept, known as in situ resource utilization, could transform Mars into a cosmic pit stop, a place where humanity resupplies and prepares for the next giant leap. But getting to the stars isn't just about logistics, it's about technology. Interstellar travel demands breakthroughs we've only begun to imagine. Current propulsion systems, like chemical rockets, are far too slow for journeys that span light years. Instead, we'll need entirely new approaches, such as nuclear propulsion, solar sails, or even theoretical concepts like warp drives. These technologies might sound like they belong in a sci-fi novel, but they're rooted in real science, and Mars could be the testing ground where they're perfected. The planet's harsh environment offers a unique opportunity to push the boundaries of engineering and innovation. For instance, the challenges of surviving on Mars, managing radiation, extreme temperatures, and limited resources mirror many of the obstacles we'd face on an interstellar mission. By solving these problems on Mars, we're not just preparing for life on another planet, we're laying the groundwork for voyages that could take us to other stars. Yet, the journey to the stars isn't just a technical challenge, it's a philosophical one. What does it mean to become a spacefaring civilization? How do we balance our drive to explore with the responsibility to protect the worlds we encounter? These questions force us to confront our role in the universe, not just as explorers, but as stewards of life itself. As we consider Mars' potential as a gateway to the stars, we're reminded that this isn't just a story about rockets and robots. It's a story about humanity's enduring curiosity, our desire to push beyond the known and into the unknown. Mars could be the first step on a journey that takes us far beyond our solar system, to places we've only dreamed of. And as we take that step, we're not just reaching for the stars, we're redefining what it means to be human. Space exploration isn't just about rockets and technology. It's a journey that forces us to confront some of the deepest questions about who we are and why we're here. As we look to Mars, we're not just planning missions, we're grappling with questions that have puzzled humanity for centuries. What is our place in the universe? Are we alone, or is life a rare and precious phenomenon? And if we're the only intelligent species we know of, what responsibility do we have to preserve and expand life beyond Earth? These aren't just philosophical musings, they're central to the mission of colonizing Mars and becoming a multi-planet species. One of the most profound questions raised by space exploration is the meaning of life itself. For millennia, humans have looked to the stars and wondered if there's more to existence than what we see on Earth. Mars, with its barren landscapes and untapped potential, offers a new lens through which to explore this question. By establishing a colony there, we're not just surviving, we're creating a new chapter in the story of life. This act of spreading beyond our home planet could redefine our understanding of what it means to be alive. shifting our perspective from Earth-bound creatures to a species capable of thriving among the stars. At the same time, Mars colonization challenges us to rethink our relationship with the universe. For centuries, we've viewed Earth as the center of everything, the only place where life could exist. But what happens when we step onto another planet and realize that life, or at least the potential for it, exists beyond our world? This realization could fundamentally alter how we see ourselves, not as isolated beings on a single planet, but as part of a larger cosmic tapestry. It's a perspective that could inspire a new sense of unity, reminding us that we're all in this together, no matter where we call home. But with this shift in perspective comes a weighty responsibility. If we're the first, or perhaps the only species capable of spreading life beyond Earth, what does that mean for our role in the universe? Should we see ourselves as stewards, tasked with preserving and nurturing life wherever we find it? Or are we explorers, driven by an innate curiosity to push the boundaries of what's possible? These questions don't have easy answers, but they're essential to addressing as we take the next steps toward Mars. Of course, the philosophical implications of Mars colonization aren't all uplifting. There are risks and ethical dilemmas that demand careful consideration. What happens if we discover microbial life on Mars? Do we have the right to alter its environment, or should we leave it untouched? And what about the potential for conflict over Martian resources? These are complex issues that require thoughtful dialogue and international cooperation. As we explore the philosophical dimensions of space exploration, we're reminded that the journey to Mars is about more than just science and technology. It's a quest to understand ourselves, our place in the cosmos, and the legacy we want to leave behind. And in that sense, Mars isn't just a destination, it's a mirror reflecting the best and most challenging aspects of who we are. This deep dive into the philosophy of space exploration also highlights the risks of Mars colonization. While the potential rewards are immense, so too are the dangers. From the psychological toll of isolation to the ethical dilemmas of altering another world, the challenges we face are as profound as the opportunities. But by addressing these risks head-on, we can ensure that our journey to Mars is not just a triumph of technology, but a testament to our humanity. As we continue this exploration, we're reminded that the story of Mars isn't just about reaching another planet, it's about discovering what it means to be human in a universe full of possibilities. And in that discovery, we might just find the answers to some of our oldest and most enduring questions. As thrilling as the idea of colonizing Mars may be, it's not without its risks. Venturing to another planet means stepping into the unknown, where even the smallest miscalculation could have life or death consequences. From technological failures to health hazards, the challenges of Mars colonization are as vast as the Martian landscape itself. One of the most immediate risks lies in the technology we rely on to get there and survive. Spacecraft systems, life support equipment, and habitat infrastructure must all function flawlessly in an environment where repairs are nearly impossible. A single malfunction, whether it's a leak in a pressurized habitat or a failure in the oxygen generation system, could spell disaster for an entire colony. Health risks present another layer of uncertainty. The human body isn't built for life on Mars. Prolonged exposure to the planet's low gravity could lead to muscle atrophy, bone density loss, and even vision problems. Radiation from cosmic rays and solar flares, which Mars' thin atmosphere does little to block, poses a significant threat to long-term health, increasing the risk of cancer and other illnesses. And let's not forget the psychological toll. Living in isolation, millions of kilometers from Earth, in a confined and monotonous environment, could take a heavy mental toll on even the most resilient individuals. Then there are the unknowns, the challenges we can't yet predict. Mars is a dynamic world, with dust storms that can last for months and terrain that's still largely unmapped. What happens if a colony is buried under meters of dust or struck by a meteorite? These aren't just hypothetical scenarios. They're real possibilities that demand careful planning and robust contingency strategies. Risk management will be critical, requiring not just backup systems, but also the ability to adapt and innovate in the face of unexpected obstacles. Public opinion also plays a crucial role in shaping the future of Mars colonization. While the idea of living on another planet captures the imagination, the risks and costs involved could spark skepticism or even opposition. Will the public support the enormous financial investment required? Will they accept the potential loss of life in pursuit of this grand vision? These questions highlight the need for transparency and communication, ensuring that the journey to Mars is a shared endeavor, not just a scientific or corporate project. Ultimately, the risks of Mars colonization are immense, but so is our capacity to overcome them. By acknowledging these challenges and preparing for them, we can turn uncertainty into opportunity, transforming Mars from a distant dream into a tangible reality. And as we navigate these risks, we're reminded that every great achievement comes with its share of peril, but it's in facing those perils that we discover what we're truly capable of. Public perception of Mars colonization is as diverse as humanity itself. For some, the idea of living on another planet is the ultimate adventure, a chance to be part of something groundbreaking and historic. For others, it's a source of skepticism, raising questions about cost, feasibility, and even ethics. This mix of excitement and doubt reflects the complexity of the endeavor, a project that's as much about inspiring dreams as it is about confronting hard realities. Media plays a huge role in shaping how we see Mars. From blockbuster movies to viral social media posts, the Red Planet is often portrayed as a frontier of exploration, a place where humanity's boldest ambitions can come to life. These narratives capture our imagination, painting Mars as a blank canvas for human ingenuity, but media can also amplify fears and uncertainties. Stories about the risks of space travel, the astronomical costs, and the potential for failure remind us that Mars colonization isn't just a sci-fi fantasy. It's a high-stakes challenge with no guarantees. Education, too, has a profound impact on public opinion. When students learn about the science behind Mars exploration, the engineering feats, the biological challenges, and the technological innovations, they're more likely to see it as a tangible goal rather than a distant dream. Programs that bring space exploration into classrooms, like NASA, educational initiatives, or SpaceX's outreach efforts, help demystify the process, showing that Mars colonization isn't just for rocket scientists. It's a collective endeavor that anyone can contribute to. But public perception isn't just shaped by facts and figures, it's also influenced by emotions. For many, Mars represents hope, a chance to start over, to build a better future, or to secure humanity's survival. This sense of possibility is powerful, driving support for missions and inspiring a new generation of explorers. At the same time, there's a natural skepticism that comes with such an audacious goal. Questions about funding, the ethical implications of altering another planet, and the potential for conflict over resources are valid concerns that need to be addressed transparently and thoughtfully. What's fascinating is how Mars has the potential to unite us, regardless of nationality, culture, or background, the idea of exploring another planet taps into a shared sense of curiosity and wonder. Mars could become a symbol of what humanity can achieve when we work together, transcending borders and differences in pursuit of a common goal. In a world often divided by conflict, the Red Planet offers a rare opportunity for unity, a chance to remind ourselves that we're all part of the same species, facing the same challenges and dreaming the same dreams. This unifying potential is perhaps one of the most compelling reasons to pursue Mars colonization. It's not just about science or survival, it's about creating a narrative that brings people together. By focusing on what we can achieve collectively, we can turn Mars into more than just a destination. It can become a shared vision, a reminder of what's possible when we dare to dream big and work together. As we look to the future, it's clear that Mars colonization isn't just a technical or logistical challenge, it's a cultural one. How we perceive this endeavor, how we talk about it, and how we engage with it will shape not just the mission itself, but also the legacy we leave behind. And in that sense, Mars isn't just a planet. It's a mirror reflecting the best of who we are and who we can become. Mars colonization isn't just a scientific endeavor, it's a unifying vision that has the power to bring humanity together like never before. Picture this: nations setting aside their differences, cultures bridging divides, and people from all walks of life working toward a shared goal. The Red Planet, with its stark beauty and untapped potential, could become a symbol of what we can achieve when we unite around a common purpose. In a world often divided by borders, ideologies, and conflicts, Mars offers a rare opportunity to remind ourselves that we're all part of the same species, facing the same challenges and dreaming the same dreams. History shows us that when humanity sets its sights on a grand goal, extraordinary things happen. The Apollo program of the 1960s, for example, wasn't just an American achievement, it was a human one. People around the world watched in awe as astronauts walked on the moon, feeling a sense of pride and connection that transcended nationality. Mars has the potential to do the same, but on an even greater scale. Imagine scientists from rival nations collaborating on life support systems, engineers from different cultures designing habitats, and astronauts from diverse backgrounds living and working together on another planet. It's a vision of unity that could redefine how we see ourselves and our place in the universe. But the unifying power of Mars goes beyond just collaboration. It's about reimagining our priorities. On Earth, we often focus on what divides us: politics, economics, and cultural differences. Mars, however, forces us to confront what unites us: our shared curiosity, our resilience, and our desire to explore the unknown. By shifting our focus outward, toward the stars, we're reminded that the challenges we face here on Earth, climate change, resource scarcity, and conflict, are global issues that require global solutions. Mars colonization could serve as a catalyst for that shift, inspiring us to work together not just for the sake of space exploration, but for the future of our home planet. At the same time, the pursuit of Mars could help us rethink how we approach Earth's challenges. The technologies developed for survival on Mars, sustainable energy systems, closed-loop life support, and efficient resource management could have profound applications here on Earth. Imagine using Martian innovations to combat climate change, improve water purification, or create more resilient food systems. In this way, Mars isn't just a destination, it's a proving ground for solutions that could transform life on our own planet. The journey to Mars is more than just a mission to another world. It's a chance to redefine what it means to be human. By coming together around this shared goal, we can transcend the divisions that hold us back and embrace a future defined by cooperation, innovation, and hope. And as we take these first steps, we're reminded that the story of Mars isn't just about reaching another planet. It's about building a better world, both there and here. This vision of Mars as a unifying force challenges us to think bigger, to see beyond our differences and work towards something greater than ourselves. It's a reminder that the stars aren't just a place to explore, they're a place to come together, to dream and to thrive. And in that shared journey, we might just discover the best of who we are and who we can become. The journey to Mars isn't just about conquering a new world. It's about learning how to better care for the one we already have. The technologies and strategies being developed for life on the red planet could hold the key to solving some of Earth's most pressing challenges. From sustainable energy systems to advanced recycling techniques, the innovations required to survive on Mars are already sparking breakthroughs that could transform life here on Earth. Take climate change, for example. Mars colonization demands energy solutions that are efficient, renewable, and resilient, qualities that are equally critical for combating global warming. Solar power, which will be a primary energy source on Mars due to its reliance on sunlight, is already being refined for use in Earth's harshest environments, from deserts to remote villages. Similarly, the closed-loop life support systems designed to recycle air, water, and waste on Mars could revolutionize how we manage resources here, reducing our reliance on finite supplies and minimizing environmental impact. Resource scarcity is another area where Mars innovations could make a difference. On a planet where every drop of water and every breath of air must be carefully managed, efficiency isn't just a goal, it's a necessity. Technologies like in situ resource utilization, or ISRU, which allow us to extract and process materials on Mars, could be adapted to address Earth's dwindling resources. Imagine mining asteroids for rare metals or using advanced filtration systems to turn seawater into drinking water. These aren't just sci-fi dreams, they're real possibilities born from the challenges of Mars. But the lessons from Mars go beyond technology, the mindset required to build a sustainable colony, one that emphasizes collaboration, adaptability, and long-term planning, could inspire new approaches to global challenges. Mars forces us to think differently, to see problems as opportunities, and to prioritize solutions that benefit not just individuals, but entire communities. This shift in perspective could be transformative, encouraging us to tackle Earth's challenges with the same urgency and creativity we bring to space exploration. At the same time, Mars serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life. Living in an environment where every breath is a struggle underscores the importance of protecting the delicate balance that makes Earth habitable. The lessons we learn from Mars could deepen our appreciation for our home planet, motivating us to take better care of it. In this way, Mars isn't just a destination, it's a mirror reflecting the best and most challenging aspects of life on Earth. Looking ahead, Mars colonization could play a crucial role in humanity's long-term survival. By establishing a presence on another planet, we're not just securing a backup for our species, we're also gaining the tools and knowledge needed to address existential threats here on Earth. Whether it's developing sustainable energy, managing resources more effectively, or fostering a culture of innovation, the journey to Mars is as much about preserving our future as it is about exploring new frontiers. This connection between Mars and Earth reminds us that space exploration isn't just about reaching outward, it's about looking inward too. By tackling the challenges of Mars, we're not just preparing for life on another planet, we're rethinking how we live on this one. And in that process, we're discovering that the lessons of Mars are, in many ways, lessons for Earth, lessons that could shape the future of humanity for generations to come. Mars isn't just another world to explore, it's an insurance policy for humanity's survival. Think about it. Earth is our only home, and while it's a remarkable one, it's not immune to existential threats. From asteroid impacts to climate change, nuclear conflicts to pandemics, our planet faces risks that could jeopardize the future of our species. Mars offers something Earth can't, a chance to spread out, to create a backup for humanity in case the unthinkable happens. This idea, known as planetary redundancy, is at the heart of the push to colonize the red planet. By establishing a self-sustaining colony on Mars, we're not just expanding our horizons, we're securing our future. The concept of planetary redundancy isn't about abandoning Earth, it's about protecting what we have. Mars could serve as a safeguard, a place where human knowledge, culture, and life itself could continue if Earth were ever threatened. Imagine a scenario where a catastrophic event wipes out civilization on Earth. Without a colony on Mars, humanity's story could end. But with a thriving Martian settlement, our species would have a lifeline, a way to preserve our achievements and ensure that we endure. This isn't just a theoretical exercise, it's a call to action. The technologies and systems developed for Mars colonization, from sustainable habitats to advanced life support, could also help us address challenges here on Earth. By learning to live on Mars, we're not just preparing for a distant future, we're gaining the tools to make Earth more resilient. It's a dual benefit. We secure our survival while improving life on our home planet. But Mars is more than just a backup plan. It's a potential new beginning. Over time, a Martian colony could grow into a thriving society, a place where humans live, work, and innovate in ways we can't yet imagine. It could become a hub of scientific discovery, a testing ground for new technologies, and even a cultural melting pot where ideas from Earth are reimagined in a new context. Mars isn't just a refuge, it's a canvas for humanity's next chapter. This vision of Mars as a second home challenges us to think differently about our place in the universe. It reminds us that survival isn't just about enduring, it's about thriving. By spreading beyond Earth, we're not just preserving humanity, we're giving ourselves the chance to grow, to evolve, and to explore what it means to be a spacefaring species. As we look to Mars, we're reminded that the journey isn't just about reaching another planet, it's about ensuring that humanity's story continues, no matter what challenges we face. And in that sense, Mars isn't just a destination, it's a promise that our species will endure, innovate, and dream, no matter where the future takes us. Imagine a child born on Mars, gazing up at a sky tinged with pink, where Earth is just a tiny blue dot in the distance. For them, Mars isn't a distant dream or a daring mission, it's home. A place where they'll grow up, go to school, and maybe even start a family. Over time, this child and others like them could build a thriving civilization, one that's uniquely Martian yet deeply connected to its earthly roots. But what would that civilization look like, and how would it shape humanity's place in the cosmos? A Martian society wouldn't just replicate life on Earth, it would evolve in ways shaped by its environment. Picture a culture born from the challenges of living on a harsh, alien world. Mars' thin atmosphere, extreme temperatures, and isolation would foster resilience and innovation, creating a society that values resourcefulness and teamwork. Over generations, this shared experience could give rise to new traditions, art, and even a distinct Martian identity. Imagine festivals celebrating the first successful harvest of Martian crops, or stories passed down about the pioneers who braved the journey to the Red Planet. Economically, Mars could become a hub of cutting-edge industries. The need to survive and thrive in such a challenging environment would drive advancements in fields like sustainable agriculture, renewable energy, and advanced manufacturing. Martian colonists might develop entirely new ways of producing food, generating power, and building infrastructure technologies that could eventually transform life on Earth. Over time, Mars could even become a center for interplanetary trade, exporting resources like water ice or rare minerals to other colonies or spacecraft in need. But Mars' significance goes beyond culture and commerce. It's about humanity's cosmic destiny. By establishing a self-sustaining colony, we're not just securing a future for our species, we're taking the first step toward becoming a multi-planet civilization. Mars could serve as a proving ground for the technologies and systems we'll need to explore even further, perhaps one day reaching the moons of Jupiter or the stars beyond. In this way, Mars isn't just a new home, it's a launchpad for humanity's next great adventure. At the same time, Mars challenges us to think differently about what it means to be human. Living on another planet forces us to confront questions about identity, belonging, and our place in the universe. Are we Earthlings, Martians, or something more? By grappling with these questions, we're not just building a colony, we're redefining who we are and what we can become. So, as we look to the future, Mars represents more than just a destination. It's a canvas for humanity's creativity, a test of our resilience, and a symbol of our boundless curiosity. And for those who will one day call it home, it's a reminder that the story of humanity is still being written, and that the best chapters may be yet to come. Mars colonization isn't just about planting a flag on another planet. It's about taking a giant leap toward humanity's cosmic destiny. For centuries, we've gazed at the stars, wondering if we're destined to explore beyond our pale blue dot. Mars offers us the chance to answer that question, not just with words, but with action. By establishing a foothold on the Red Planet, we're not just pushing the boundaries of science and technology, we're stepping into a future where humanity thrives as a multi-planet species. This vision of Mars as a stepping stone to the stars taps into something deeply human, our innate drive to explore and discover. Throughout history, every great leap forward from the first seafaring voyages to the Apollo moon landings has been fueled by this same spirit. Mars represents the next chapter in that story, a chance to expand our horizons and redefine what's possible. It's a reminder that exploration isn't just about reaching new places, it's about unlocking new potential for innovation, for collaboration, and for understanding our place in the universe. But Mars isn't just a destination, it's an inspiration. The idea of living on another planet has the power to ignite a new era of discovery, one that transcends borders and unites people around a shared vision. Imagine a world where the challenges of Mars colonization spark breakthroughs in energy, medicine, and sustainability innovations that ripple back to Earth and transform life here. In this way, Mars isn't just a scientific endeavor, it's a catalyst for progress, a reminder that the boldest dreams are often the ones that yield the greatest rewards. Of course, this vision isn't without its challenges. The road to Mars is paved with obstacles, from the technical hurdles of interplanetary travel to the ethical questions of how we treat another world. These challenges aren't just barriers to overcome, they are opportunities to grow. Each problem we solve on Mars teaches us something new about ourselves and our capabilities, pushing us to think bigger and dream bolder. As we look to the future, Mars offers more than just a new frontier. It offers a new perspective. By venturing beyond Earth, we're reminded of the fragility of our home planet and the importance of protecting it. At the same time, we're inspired by the limitless possibilities that lie beyond, a reminder that the universe is full of opportunities waiting to be seized. Mars colonization isn't just a step toward becoming a spacefaring species, it's a leap toward fulfilling humanity's destiny. It's a chance to prove that we're more than just inhabitants of a single world. We're explorers, innovators, and dreamers, capable of reaching for the stars. And as we take these first steps, we're not just shaping the future of Mars, we're shaping the future of humanity itself. The journey ahead is filled with challenges, but it's also brimming with promise. By embracing the spirit of exploration, we can turn the dream of Mars into a reality, and in doing so, take the next giant leap in our cosmic journey. Even as we edge closer to making Mars colonization a reality, significant challenges remain, obstacles that test not just our technology, but our resolve as a species. The road to Mars is paved with complexities, from the technical intricacies of interplanetary travel to the financial and political realities of such a monumental endeavor. Yet, history has shown us that humanity thrives in the face of adversity, driven by a relentless spirit of innovation and perseverance. Technologically, some of the most daunting hurdles lie in the realm of life support and sustainability. How do we ensure that a Mars colony can function independently, without constant resupply missions from Earth? Current systems, like those tested on the International Space Station, are a good start, but they're not yet capable of supporting a large, long-term population. We'll need breakthroughs in closed-loop ecosystems that can recycle air, water, and waste with near-perfect efficiency. These systems must be robust enough to withstand the harsh Martian environment while remaining adaptable to unexpected challenges. Financially, the cost of Mars colonization is staggering. Estimates suggest that establishing a self-sustaining colony could require trillions of dollars, a sum that no single entity, whether a government or private company, can shoulder alone. This raises critical questions about funding. Will it come from international collaborations, private investments, or a mix of both? And how do we ensure that the financial burden doesn't overshadow the broader goal of making Mars accessible to all of humanity, rather than just a privileged few? Politically, the journey to Mars is as much about diplomacy as it is about science. Space exploration has always been intertwined with geopolitics, from the Cold War space race to today's collaborations on the International Space Station. Colonizing Mars will require unprecedented levels of international cooperation, with nations setting aside their differences to work toward a shared vision. This isn't just about pooling resources, it's about creating a framework for governance, resource sharing, and decision-making that ensures Mars remains a place of peace and progress, not conflict. Yet, despite these challenges, progress is undeniable. Over the past few decades, we've achieved milestones that once seemed impossible. Rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance have scouted the Martian surface, providing invaluable data about the planet's environment and resources. SpaceX's Starship represents a leap forward in reusable spacecraft technology, bringing us closer to affordable interplanetary travel, and international collaborations, like the Mars Sample Return mission, show that the world can come together to achieve extraordinary goals. The key to overcoming these final challenges lies in perseverance. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to innovate and to grow, the same spirit that carried us to the moon and built the International Space Station will propel us to Mars. It's a reminder that the greatest breakthroughs often come from the toughest challenges, and that the journey, as much as the destination, defines who we are as a species. As we reflect on the progress made so far, it's clear that Mars colonization isn't just a scientific endeavor, it's a testament to human ingenuity and determination. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings us closer to a future where humanity thrives on two planets, and in that journey, we're not just reaching for Mars, we're reaching for the best version of ourselves. The journey to Mars colonization has been a story of relentless progress, marked by bold missions, groundbreaking discoveries, and hard-earned lessons. It all began with the first tentative steps of robotic explorers, like NASA Mariner missions in the 1960s, which gave us our first close-up images of the red planet. These early glimpses revealed a world both alien and familiar, sparking curiosity and laying the groundwork for the ambitious missions that followed. Fast forward a few decades, and the pace of exploration accelerated dramatically. The 1990s saw the arrival of Sojourner, the first rover to traverse Martian soil. While small in size, its impact was enormous, proving that we could remotely operate vehicles on another planet. Then came Spirit and Opportunity, two rovers that far exceeded their planned missions, uncovering evidence of water on Mars and reshaping our understanding of the planet's history. These missions weren't just scientific triumphs, they were testaments to human ingenuity and perseverance. The progress didn't stop there. In 2012, Curiosity landed on Mars, equipped with advanced instruments to analyze the planet's geology and climate. Its discoveries, like the detection of organic molecules and the presence of ancient riverbeds, have brought us closer than ever to answering the question of whether Mars could have supported life. More recently, Perseverance arrived, carrying tools to search for signs of past microbial life and even test technologies for producing oxygen from the Martian atmosphere. Each mission builds on the last, bringing us one step closer to the ultimate goal of human colonization. But it's not just government agencies driving this progress. Private companies, led by visionaries like Elon Musk and SpaceX, have injected new energy into the race to Mars. SpaceX's Starship, with its promise of reusable, affordable space travel, represents a seismic shift in how we approach interplanetary exploration. Meanwhile, other companies are developing technologies for everything from Martian habitats to resource extraction, creating a vibrant ecosystem of innovation that's accelerating progress at an unprecedented pace. Lessons learned along the way have been just as valuable as the milestones achieved. Each mission, whether successful or not, has taught us something new about Mars, about space travel, and about ourselves. The challenges of landing heavy payloads, the complexities of operating in a harsh environment, and the importance of redundancy and adaptability have all shaped the strategies we use today. These lessons aren't just technical, they're deeply human, reminding us that exploration is as much about resilience and teamwork as it is about technology. As we look back on how far we've come, it's impossible to ignore the role of individual contributions, from the engineers who design spacecraft to the scientists who interpret data. Every person involved in this journey plays a part in bringing Mars closer to reality. It's a reminder that progress isn't just about big ideas or massive budgets. It's about the collective effort of countless individuals, each bringing their skills, passion, and creativity to the table. This progress, while remarkable, is just the beginning. The road ahead is still long and the challenges are immense, but with each mission, each discovery, and each lesson learned, we're proving that Mars colonization isn't just a dream, it's a goal within our reach. And as we continue to push forward, we're not just reaching for Mars, we're building a legacy of exploration that will inspire generations to come. As we look at the grand vision of colonizing Mars, it's easy to focus on the big players, the space agencies, the private companies, the cutting-edge technologies. But behind every mission, every innovation, and every milestone, there are individuals, scientists, engineers, educators, and even everyday citizens all have a role to play in making Mars colonization a reality. This isn't just a story of institutions and machines. It's a story of people with ideas, passion, and a shared dream of exploring the stars. Take scientists, for example. Their work is the backbone of Mars exploration, from geologists studying Martian soil to biologists researching how microbes might survive on the planet. Their discoveries shape every step of the journey. But it's not just about the experts in labs. Engineers, too, are essential, designing the habitats, rovers, and life support systems that will keep colonists alive. And let's not forget the countless technicians, programmers, and project managers who bring these designs to life. Every cog in the machine matters, and each contribution, no matter how small, moves us closer to Mars. But Mars colonization isn't just for the professionals. Everyday citizens have a part to play too. Public support is crucial for funding and sustaining these ambitious projects. Advocacy groups, space enthusiasts, and even social media influencers can raise awareness, inspire curiosity, and push for the policies and investments needed to make Mars a reality. Imagine the impact of millions of voices, united in their belief that humanity's future lies among the stars. This groundswell of support can turn Mars from a distant dream into a tangible goal. And then there's the power of education. Teachers, parents, and mentors can ignite the spark of curiosity in young minds, fostering the next generation of scientists, engineers, and explorers. Programs that bring space exploration into classrooms, hands-on workshops, and citizen science initiatives all play a role in building a culture of exploration. When kids grow up seeing Mars as a place they could one day visit or even call home, they're more likely to pursue the careers that will make it happen. Mars also has a unique ability to inspire global unity. Unlike the space race of the 20th century, which was marked by competition, the journey to Mars invites collaboration. People from every corner of the world can contribute, whether by sharing ideas, supporting missions, or simply dreaming together. In a time when divisions often seem insurmountable, Mars offers a shared vision, a reminder that we're all part of the same species, facing the same challenges and striving toward the same stars. This unifying potential is one of the most powerful aspects of Mars colonization. It's not just about reaching another planet, it's about bringing humanity together in pursuit of something greater. By working toward this common goal, we're not just building a colony, we're building a legacy of unity, innovation, and hope. And in that process, we're reminded that the journey to Mars isn't just about the destination. It's about who we become along the way. As we dream of Mars, it's worth considering how this shared ambition could bring humanity closer together. Colonizing another planet isn't just a scientific or technical challenge, it's a unifying vision that transcends borders, cultures, and ideologies. Imagine nations setting aside their differences, pooling resources, and working toward a common goal. Mars, with its stark beauty and untapped potential, has the power to remind us that we're all part of the same species, facing the same challenges and dreaming the same dreams. This potential for unity isn't just theoretical, it's already happening. Space exploration has a long history of fostering collaboration, from the International Space Station to joint missions between NASA, ESA, and other space agencies. These partnerships show that when we focus on a shared objective, we can achieve extraordinary things. Mars colonization could take this spirit of cooperation to the next level, creating a global effort that's larger than any single nation or organization. But it's not just about governments and agencies. Mars has the unique ability to capture the imagination of people everywhere, inspiring a sense of shared purpose. Think about the Apollo moon landings moments when the world came together to celebrate human achievement. Mars could do the same, but on an even grander scale. It's a goal that doesn't belong to any one country or group. It's a challenge for all of humanity. At the same time, Mars colonization could reshape how we see ourselves. Living on another planet forces us to confront big questions. What does it mean to be a spacefaring species? How do we balance exploration with responsibility? And how do we ensure that the benefits of space exploration are shared by all? These questions invite us to think beyond national interests and consider what's best for humanity as a whole. The journey to Mars isn't just about reaching another planet. It's about redefining what we're capable of when we work together. By uniting around this shared vision, we're not just building a colony, we're building a legacy of collaboration, innovation, and hope. And in that process, we're reminded that the story of Mars isn't just about science or technology. It's about who we are and who we can become. As we look to the future, Mars stands as a symbol of humanity's collective potential. It's a reminder that the challenges we face, whether on Earth or in space, are best met when we come together as one. The road ahead is long, and the obstacles are many, but the journey itself has the power to transform us. By striving for Mars, we're not just reaching for the stars. We're reaching for the best version of ourselves. This vision of Mars as a catalyst for unity challenges us to think differently about our place in the universe. It's a call to action, an invitation to dream big, and a reminder that the future is something we build together. And as we take these first steps, we're not just shaping the future of Mars, we're shaping the future of humanity. Looking ahead, the journey to Mars colonization is as much about perseverance as it is about innovation. It's a path filled with challenges, some technical, some financial, and others deeply human. But what makes this endeavor so extraordinary isn't just the destination. It's the determination and vision required to get there. For centuries, humanity has dreamed of reaching the stars, and now that dream is closer than ever to becoming reality. Yet, turning this vision into a tangible future will demand more than just cutting-edge technology. It will require a collective effort, a shared commitment to pushing the boundaries of what's possible. One of the most critical factors in this journey is collaboration. No single nation, company, or individual can tackle this monumental task alone. It's a mission that calls for the combined expertise, resources, and creativity of people from all walks of life. From space agencies like NASA and ESA to private companies like SpaceX, and even everyday citizens who support and advocate for space exploration, each plays a vital role. This spirit of cooperation isn't just about pooling resources, it's about uniting around a common goal, one that transcends borders and reminds us of what we can achieve when we work together. Vision is equally essential. The dream of colonizing Mars isn't just about survival or exploration. It's about redefining humanity's place in the universe. It's a vision that challenges us to think bigger, to see beyond the limits of our current reality, and imagine a future where life thrives on two planets. This kind of bold thinking has always been the driving force behind humanity's greatest achievements, from the first steps on the moon to the construction of the International Space Station. Mars represents the next chapter in that story, a chance to prove that our potential is as limitless as the cosmos itself. Determination, too, will be key. The road to Mars is long and fraught with obstacles, from the harsh realities of space travel to the unknowns of living on another planet. There will be setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. But history has shown us that the greatest breakthroughs often come from the toughest challenges. Each hurdle we overcome brings us closer to our goal, teaching us valuable lessons and strengthening our resolve. It's this relentless determination that will carry us forward, turning the impossible into the inevitable. As we reflect on the key takeaways from this journey, one thing becomes clear: Mars colonization isn't just a scientific endeavor, it's a testament to humanity's resilience, creativity, and unity. It's a reminder that the challenges we face, no matter how daunting, can be overcome with vision, collaboration, and determination. And as we take these first steps toward the Red Planet, we're not just building a colony, we're shaping a future where humanity thrives among the stars. This journey is about more than just reaching Mars. It's about discovering what we're capable of when we dare to dream big and work together. It's a story of hope, ambition, and the unyielding belief that the best is yet to come. And as we look to the stars, we're reminded that the journey ahead is as much about the people we become as it is about the worlds we explore. As we near the end of this exploration, it's worth taking a moment to reflect on the incredible journey we've taken together. From the earliest dreams of Mars as a frontier to the cutting-edge technologies and bold plans shaping its future, the vision of colonizing the Red Planet is no longer just science fiction. It's a tangible goal within our reach. By the year 2050, humanity could witness the first steps toward a multi-planet existence, a milestone that would redefine our place in the universe. But this isn't just about rockets and rovers. It's about the profound impact such a leap could have on our species, our planet, and our collective future. Throughout this video, we've explored the many facets of Mars colonization, the scientific breakthroughs, the technological innovations, and the immense challenges that lie ahead. We've seen how Mars' unique environment, from its water ice to its Earth-like day length, makes it a promising candidate for colonization. At the same time, we've grappled with the harsh realities of radiation, extreme temperatures, and the psychological toll of living millions of kilometers from home. These challenges are daunting, but they're also opportunities, chances to push the boundaries of human ingenuity and resilience. We've also discussed the critical role of collaboration in this endeavor. From space agencies like NASA and ESA to private companies like SpaceX, and from international partnerships to the contributions of everyday citizens, Mars colonization is a collective effort. It's a reminder that when we come together around a shared vision, we can achieve extraordinary things, and it's not just about the science, it's about the values we bring to this mission: innovation, sustainability, and a commitment to equity and inclusion. But perhaps the most inspiring aspect of Mars colonization is what it represents for humanity's future. It's a chance to secure our survival, to inspire the next generation, and to explore what it means to be a spacefaring species. Mars isn't just a destination, it's a stepping stone, a place where we can test the technologies and systems needed to explore even further. whether to the moons of Jupiter or the stars beyond. It's a reminder that our potential is as limitless as the cosmos itself. As we look to the future, one thing is clear: the journey to Mars is about more than just reaching another planet. It's about the legacy we leave behind, a legacy of curiosity, resilience, and unity. It's about proving that no challenge is too great when we dream big and work together. So, what can you do to be part of this incredible journey? Stay informed, support space exploration initiatives, and share your enthusiasm with others. Whether you're a scientist, an engineer, a teacher, or simply someone who loves to dream, you have a role to play in shaping humanity's future. Let's keep pushing forward, not just for ourselves, but for generations to come. The dream of Mars is alive, and it's up to all of us to make it a reality. Together, let's reach for the stars and beyond.